You've seen the title, so you have an idea what this video is about. First of all, hear this quote. In the human body, there's a small organ that is always hungry. If you try to satisfy it, it will always be satisfied if you start it. Did you get what I'm saying? If you relapse now, you will undo all your previous progress. You will recircuit your brain to get addicted to false and transitory pleasures since you went without PMO for so long. Remember that starving your appetite will only satisfy it. In this video, you'll learn some tried and true practical methods that you may use right away to avoid relapse, even if you think you can't go any further. Welcome back to Potent Logic, gentlemen, provocative wisdom and guidance for every man. To be honest, we've all had that feeling that you're about to burn out if you hold on any longer, feeling like you're about to have a recurrence. Let's work something out. If you followed everything in this movie to the letter and still can't proceed any further, then go about your business. Let's begin with something simple. Simply get up and relocate yourself. Our brains think differently in different situations, according to science. For example, your brain may associate your bedroom with a relaxing environment. So if you are alone in your room, the desire is stronger than before. So, wherever you are right now, whether it's your living room, bedroom, or wherever else, stand up and leave right now. You should ideally get some fresh air, because you control your thoughts and thinking patterns, not the other way around. Disrupt the way your brain is thinking right now. You don't have to go to a park. Simply standing outside your house will suffice. Inhale, exhale now. Allow oxygen to enhance your body and intellect. Continue this for 5 minutes while you breathe in. I want you to self-motivate while you do this breathing exercise in the natural air. How? Simply remember why you started. Consider how you felt when you were a chronic relapser. You have no self-respect, no male aura, and nothing about you that draws people to you. Consider how fortunate you are to be different from the rest of the world, who uses artificial sources of pleasure to treat their despair, thoughts, and feelings. Consider your value. Remind yourself that God placed you on this planet to be a ruler, a king, someone who has been separated from the rest of the world and its evil ways. This sensation you are experiencing right now will pass in 5 minutes. Fight it. Accepting your feelings now will cost you all of the time and effort you've put into self-improvement so far in this. Remember that ejaculation causes us to lose some of our vitality, a facet of your manhood. It's a foolhardy mission. If you must, slap yourself. Tap out of thinking loop of self-pity and self-gratification. It's not worth it, no matter how fantastic you think it feels. You'll be joyful for 5 seconds and then feel regret swept over you before you realize it. Keep reminding yourself why you started your journey in this pure air. Remember, warriors aren't born. They're made. Are you willing to reinvent yourself? Are you ready to change the way people approach you and look at you by changing your body? And, perhaps most crucially, how you see yourself? Then it all begins here. It all starts with battling one urge at a time, while maintaining a no-fat purity and righteousness lifestyle one day at a time. Here's a classic quote that I adore and want you to hear. Man cannot remake himself without suffering, since he is both the marble and the sculptor. If you want to remake yourself, suffering is essential. Accept this hardship if you want to sculpt yourself. I want to suffer and be purified by suffering. I want you to speak out loud right now. I want to suffer and be purified by suffering. Suffering is fleeting, but glory lasts forever. This alone should be enough to shock you out of the impulse, since you have reclaimed control of your mental processes by reminding yourself of your value, and you have disrupted the brain's thinking pattern by changing your position and soaking in the natural wind. But if that wasn't enough, your greatest weapon has arrived. If you run out of ammo on one gun, switch to another rapidly, just like in video games. Similarly, if the impulse persists, it's advisable to battle it with your most powerful weapon. You are a skilled warrior with numerous weapons at your disposal. You are battling against yourself, not against others. For he who conquers himself is greater than he who conquers a city. Sexual transmutation is the best thing you can do right now. That's correct. There's no point in fighting the need any longer. Use this urge instead. Allow it to be a driving force that propels you into new and exciting areas. Don't fight it. Use it to your advantage, as the Kung Fu saying goes. If a smaller person is fighting a larger person, for example, the best thing the smaller person can do is utilize the larger person's momentum against them. That's just what you want to do here. Use the urge's momentum to your advantage. This indicates that the more powerful the desire, the better. It is intended for you. Yes, you heard that right. The urge you've been whining about has been your closest friend all along. Use the tenacious strength of this desire to harness and transform it. The king of all superpowers is sexual transmutation. There's no amount of female attraction and other no-fap benefits that can compare to the passion I feel when I'm transmutating my sexual energy into self-improving activities like studying and lifting. When I'm holding in my semen and transmuting my sexual energy, I feel actual love for what I'm doing. A real-life person who started sexual transmutation said, "I'm not exaggerating at all. When I'm studying or lifting weights, I experience the same kind of affection as a partner does, if not more so. I can become so absorbed in the action that time ceases to exist. It's a sense of purpose and peace that makes you feel like no matter what happens, everything will be fine. How can I transform this energy? Is the question you must now address. This is where everyone's experiences differ. You can either exercise like the individual in the story suggested, study if necessary, read a book, or begin drawing. At this time, all you want to do is focus all of your desire and energy on this one endeavor. You want to keep working on this endeavor until you've used all of your energy. Keep going until you're completely satisfied and thrilled with your accomplishment. Consider it a sponge that is completely saturated with your desire. You want to channel all of the energy and desire stored in the sponge into this new task. If you're lifting weights, you want the biggest, most juicy pump and workout you've ever experienced. Allow this impulse to act as a pre-workout, motivating and energizing you. Consider your brothers. Nothing is too difficult for you to overcome in this life. You are a living warrior, a God-made and God-serving king. Live up to your true potential, and finally, thank you for watching. By the way, don't forget to show the team some love by tapping that subscribe button and hitting like. Comment down below if you have suggestions. As always, brothers, it has been a pleasure.